A lot of people ask me why I don't use a fish finder in my kayak. We're going to talk about that. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Fish Talk, a show where I have 5 minutes to discuss all things fishing. This show appears every single Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time Zone, so if you're new to it, click the red subscribe button below to stay tuned. I just loaded 5 minutes on this timer here. You know what that means. It's time to get real. Guys, we're talking about fish finders on kayaks today. You know what? I've made a video in the past about whether or not you need one. Yep. Today we're going to take it a step further and we're actually going to make a 5-minute fish talk episode talking about why I choose not to use a fish finder on my kayak. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about why, if I was to be using a fish finder, maybe I would be catching more fish. So let's get right into the juicy fun part. First and foremost, I'm predominantly fishing smaller bodies of water. Why does this matter? Well, because with a smaller body of water, obviously you can probably get a read on the lake a little bit quicker than a big body of water. And so you can kind of gauge the water depth based on experience. I've been fishing for quite a long time. I've had fish finders on my boats, and you can kind of understand how lakes lay out just by looking at them. To a degree, obviously I'm not always right, but it does help just with years on the water. So that's the first reason. Now the next thing is, I already have a very heavy kayak with a lot of gear in it. And so with that, I try not to load it too heavy and load it with so much gear, just from a convenience standpoint. I mean, with kayak fishing, to me, I kind of view it as something that's an easier, more relaxing way to get on the water. And you don't have to be so crazy into all the gear. I've never been really a big gear junkie, or at least over the last several years I haven't been. And so I don't necessarily feel like I need a fish finder. Would it help? Probably would, but it's more just from a convenience standpoint on the water. It's a little bit easier to go without. Now that actually leads me to my next point, and one of the last things that I have is I really like the challenge. Fishing without a fish finder makes you fish blind and it makes you trust your gut, and I kind of just like that process. Having a fish finder would be great, and certainly there are areas that would help, and I'm going to get to those in a minute, but without one, it's kind of this nice challenge to just be able to break down a body of water just using your mind. So I think that's kind of fun. The other thing is, honestly, where it's going to pay off the most is offshore. And because I can't even hold my spot that well offshore unless I'm using an anchor, I feel like I'm not always going to be utilizing my fish finder to the degree that I need to be. And so basically, let's say I want to go fish this offshore hump because I found it with my fish finder. And then I get out there and the wind just blows me off every 2 seconds. Am I ever going to be able to actually fish that effectively? You know, I could drop my anchor and try to do so. But the fact of the matter is kayak fishing offshore isn't exactly an easy thing to do. If you have a pedal drive, you're probably going to have a little bit more luck because you can control your position while fishing. With a paddle drive kayak, you know, you don't have those same amenities. So to me, that's kind of one of the other reasons. You can probably work around it, but it's still something I think about. Now here are the reasons why I probably should be using a fish finder. 1. Access to topographical maps. Topographical maps are more important than being able to just gauge the depth and the water temperature. Those are basic, and that's basic information that's not that important, like I just kind of talked to. Having topographical maps to eliminate water that's going to be unproductive and find water that's going to be productive, boom, that's important. And those aren't always available at the lakes that I'm fishing, and so if I was to have a graph and they were available, yeah, I'd be in a lot better shape. So that's one thing that I definitely consider for moving forward on why I do probably want one. Now the next thing is I would waste less time on the water. It kind of piggybacks off of that, but just if you have that, you can kind of all of a sudden be like, oh shoot, I'm in 6 inches of water and I guess I wasn't really paying that much attention, but now I look at my graph and I can see that this is probably not where I want to be. Or wow, I'm in 45 feet of water and I'm trying to fish this 5-foot crankbait. Obviously those are very drastic examples, but the fact of the matter is, you find yourself in some of those situations and then you can get to somewhere that you think is going to be more productive. So you're wasting less time. And that's obviously an important thing, especially if you're making fishing videos, because I can tell you I've got a lot of footage of me not catching fish.
Fishing in the rain, fishing in the rain, fishing in the rain with a zoom flute.
Now the other thing is the better offshore fishing. I just talked about how offshore fishing would be a challenge, but it would definitely help. You know, fish do go offshore, bass go offshore, and they're not easy to catch. And if you're fishing them blind, they're even harder to catch. And so if you get yourself on a lake where it's clear, it's deep, and these fish are not shallow, you're kind of out of luck if you don't have a fish finder. You're kind of just, you're going to pick off 1 or 2, but you're never going to be able to break it down well enough to just absolutely slam on them. So today, I feel like, you know, that's why I don't use the fish finder now. Moving forward, based on these reasons, I think it is something that ultimately I do want, but I probably will wait until I upgrade kayaks. I've been fishing out of mine for 3.5 years. I don't really want to make any further modifications. I'm good with it as it is. But like I said, there are definitely reasons to use one. So hopefully this video is at least somewhat entertaining to you. Hopefully it makes sense to you. Man, I've got this 5-minute thing dialed in. I've only got 5 seconds left and cancel. Boom shakalaka. No alarm's gonna blast my eardrums today. The moral of the story is this: fish finders, there's a lot of reason to use them. Can you get away without them? Absolutely you can. Make the decision on your own. Let me know if you have questions. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Shoot me a tweet. Shoot me a Facebook message. Hit me on the YouTubes. Guys, I'm always here to answer your questions. That's what this is all about. It's a big community. Well, actually, it's a pretty small community. I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and guess what? We'll catch you next time.